We're downtown Royal Oak at the Fern with Theresa Mullen. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I come from a Middle Eastern family. My mom is Iranian, and I just grew up drinking tea. I knew that I wanted to do something with it, but I didn't know what. I was a director of marketing and advertising before I got into opening the Fern, and I absolutely hated it. I hated working for other people. I wanted to do my own thing. It was actually my parents who were like, you should really just open up your own business. It was definitely scary. I mean, it was during COVID, it was during quarantine, and it kind of just formed into this like really beautiful, crazy snowball effect of like, let's do Taco Fest before we were open, and then that was insane, and then we opened, and then that was even crazier, and then we did Arts, Beats, and Eats, and then that was a whole other monster within itself, and then we just kept like snowballing into these other events. We did puppy yoga, we've done all of these different cool fundraising and charity events that it's just like, man, I can't believe I even doubted not doing it.
How do you go about crowdsourcing those community events and letting the community know that you're doing these things?
Just marketing. I just post anything and everything out there, and it started out with Cass, our tarot card reader. She actually did our grand opening, and that was my first time ever meeting her, and she was such a hit. She's so amazing. She had talked about she's like, I'm a hairstylist right now, but I really want to get back into tarot cards and I want to grow a business. I said, okay girl, come every Friday or Saturday, and that's kind of how it started. That's how Small Business Saturdays formed, was from us having Cass in every week.
Amazing.
And then people were like, oh, we see that Cass comes in, can we come in and do a table? Once I had our event coordinator come on, I was like, girl, we only need to do 2 Saturdays a month. This is crazy. We're booking out until June and July now of all of these vendors, and it's just such a cool opportunity. And it's just women supporting other women in the best way possible. And I'm just so blessed and thankful that they trust us to take care of them and host them here.
So I am casting with Cass. I am established November of 2021.
Small Business Saturday. You were a big part of kicking that off, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so you were at the grand opening.
Yes, it went phenomenally. And it's so crazy because I wasn't expecting it to turn into what it has at all, but the second that I met Theresa, we not only clicked, but just the energy in here clicked. You know what I mean? Tarot and tea go together phenomenally. People come in here for peace of mind, and people also go get tarot for peace of mind. So adding more holistic benefits to your experience when you're coming to a tea shop like astrology or tarot, we just thought was super complimentary for the business.
All of our coffee and all of our chai and matcha, they're all small business owned. Our coffee beans, they are from my friend Akasha's family business. They actually grow all of their coffee beans on their land in India.
Okay.
And they send it over to the States, and every time that we order, they freshly roast the beans for us.
Amazing.
And so that's why you'll find you'll never get a stomach ache. The beans aren't just sitting in oil, and they're perfect. So our chai is really good. We get that from a small business in California as well. It's brother and sister owned.
I love that you kept the sourcing of everything very locally sourced and, family owned and operated.
The largest menu that we have is our tea menu, and we make sure to keep that sugar free. There's a lot of different ways that we can incorporate, just our regular coffee with our milk and just a regular latte with no syrup, sugar free.
So let's talk about that. The motivation behind you starting this tea cafe, now beverage cafe, is founded and rooted in family.
It was a struggle to see my father getting something to drink and him being like, oh, I guess I'll just have another Diet Coke, diet whatever you have. It kind of just got me thinking. I was always drinking tea and I was always experimenting with it, and I have to worry about myself too. My dad's diabetic, and so I'm also at risk for diabetes at probably some point in my life. That's how these teas kind of came about, is I just wanted something that my family could drink and it be something new and something exciting and something healthy for him to drink. There's more diabetics out there than you know.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, we hosted the American Diabetes Association just this past Sunday for their kickoff event for Tour de Cure. And the amount of diabetics that were able to show up and say, I cannot believe that we didn't know that you were here. This is so cool. We're able to finally go somewhere and order something to drink, and it's not soda. It's not Diet Coke.
Or just water.
Or just water. How
Yes.
boring. You know, they can't even order like lemonade.
Right.
And it just be be sugar free.
I know.
So they can come here. We have over 26, probably growing different flavors that they can choose from. And we'll always have our cold tea, and they're always going to be sugar free.
What's the future of the Fern look like?
Hopefully more of this. Hopefully more community events and, more of doing a good thing, for things that we care about. We did the puppy yoga, and we were able to raise money for Rebel Dogs Detroit. We did the event with the American Diabetes Association. We're helping small businesses all the time. Any way that I can be involved with the community, it's a win for me. It's not always about the money, it's about the connection you have with your community, and I think that we're doing a really good job of just getting everybody involved. I think it's such a cool and powerful thing, not only when the community works together, but when women-owned businesses come together and support each other, just like we're doing now.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, and it's really powerful, and it's just a dream to be a part of. So
I love it. So supportive, and I think that is exactly what community, whether you're a woman or not, needs.
Yeah.
Especially coming out of the pandemic. So cheers to you.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you.
What an unexpected surprise, from a tea beverage cafe to supporting all female entrepreneurs long and far. The Small Business Saturday community building events that Theresa is putting on is incredible, and all founded on a way to help her dad go from not knowing what to order at a restaurant to having a beverage that tastes good, feels good, and is good for him at all times. I love this concept. If you haven't been to the Fern in Royal Oak, check it out as soon as possible.